Welcome back to Winners and Losers, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at the round of 16 games that have just been. I'm joined as ever by Patrick Van Straten. Pato, where are we starting, mate?
Well, this week we're going to have to kick off with the losers thanks to the truly abysmal performance put in by Roy Hodgson's England. They were absolutely dreadful, and now it's been 10 years since they won a knockout game in a finals tournament. Joe, I think you have some thoughts about this game.
Absolutely disgraceful, disgusting, embarrassing, humiliating. Roy Hodgson, you have let the nation down. All of the players have let the nation down. £14 million in Roy Hodgson's pocket, 3 failed tournaments. It's an absolute disgrace. No tactical nous from the start, no tactical nous in his substitutions. We had no shape. The players didn't know what they were doing. They weren't good enough on the pitch. Gary Neville, Ray Lewington, you can sling off as well. And when the FA appoint Gareth Southgate, which they inevitably will do, you, FA board, and the executive committee are an absolute joke. Yet another FA puppet who will be doing their bidding on the pitch. No major experience, no tactical nous. We're going to be lost as usual. Last night, the players were an absolute disgrace. Let's start with Joe Hart, who can't save a shot to his left-hand side all tournament. Chocolate wrist Hart will start calling you now, Joseph. The back four had no shape, no coherence, no leadership. Gary Cahill, meant to be wearing a captain's armband occasionally, didn't know what he was doing back there. The midfield, absolutely clueless. Wayne Rooney couldn't pass a ball, had no first touch. Why do we need a holding man against Iceland in the form of Eric Dyer? Nobody quite knows. And let's not get started on Harry Kane. My good God, Harry. Golden Boot winner. Premier League Golden Boot winner, and you couldn't hit a barn door. Why are you taking free kicks from 41 yards out? Nobody's quite sure. It's embarrassing. You're not Cristiano Ronaldo. You're not at that level. Play simple, get in the box, do what you do best. Raheem Sterling brought back in, had his confidence knocked all tournament. Take him off straight away, don't we, Roy? Fantastic work. And the cherry on the top of this absolute shitstorm of a cake, Roy Hodgson, bringing Marcus Rashford on with 4 minutes left in the game. You're an absolute joke. Rashford in that 4 minutes produced more take-ons than any England player did in the whole 90 minutes. And you gave him 4 minutes on the pitch, Roy. What's the point? Roy, you're a disgrace. We deserve more than that 300-word pre-prepared statement that you gave last night. You should hang your head in shame. So should the whole FA Executive Committee and all of the players involved. You're an utter embarrassment.
So, apart from all that, England haven't won a knockout game at the Euros since 1968 when they beat the USSR. There were 4 teams at that European Championship. The USSR doesn't exist anymore. And also, England have only won 6 games in knockout stages at finals tournaments since 1966. So it seems like they really let it all go in that year and haven't really been able to produce anything since. So anyway, what will the next step be for the FA? What's the next step for England? Is it going to be Gareth Southgate? Good God, please no. Let us know what you think in the comments below.
Our first winner comes from the same game, and we have to take our hats off to you, Iceland. You have been absolutely fantastic, and you were again last night. Particularly the 2 managers, absolutely amazing tactical decisions on the day. Sat deep, defended deep, pumped it long towards their players, knew exactly what they were going to do, unlike Roy Hodgson. And Roy, unfortunately, mate, you've been outfought by a fucking dentist tactically. It's embarrassing, Roy. It's embarrassing, mate.
Yeah, well, I think Iceland have been great as well. In their first 4 games at a major tournament, they haven't lost a single one. That's very, very impressive. And if you want to talk about a team that knows its strengths, this Iceland team definitely does. Last season in the Premier League, there were only 6 goals scored directly from throw-ins. And in this tournament so far, Iceland already have 2. They do know what they're doing. And actually, I didn't think that it was a terribly negative performance from them. We thought that they might sit really, really deep. But really, they only started doing that in the second half, and they did come to play. They played some excellent football as well. I've been very impressed by them. And whilst a lot of the talk is focusing on the relative size of the UK and Icelandic populations, Iceland are ranked 34th in the world. That's pretty good. They're above the Ivory Coast, they're above Senegal, they're above Serbia. They're a pretty good team. And as we've touched on before, they did beat the Netherlands twice in qualifying. So well done, Iceland. We've all enjoyed watching you. And all we can say now is we hope you go all the way. Congratulations. Our second loser from the round of 16 is Spain. They went out after losing 2-0 to Italy, putting in a very limp performance. Joe, what did you think?
It was actually a real surprise because I thought the Spanish had been very, very good up to that stage yesterday, but the Italians got their tactics spot on and Spain looked a bit at sea. Going into the game, Xavi talked about the Spaniards really struggling to play against a 3-5-2 system and struggling to implement that press that has worked so well for them in the past. and you saw it very much yesterday. Italy pressed them high, and Spain really struggled to distribute through the midfield. They ended up lumping long balls towards Morata, which is never going to work when you've got Bonucci and Chiellini on your back. Couldn't hold the ball up, and really Spain struggled. Yesterday was the first goal, though, that they've conceded at knockout stages of a major tournament in 10 years. So hats off to Italy, but Spain on the day just didn't have enough to break them down, did they?
Yeah, their passing wasn't really at the races. Normally we're used to Spain blowing teams away in terms of pass completions and possession, but this time they only managed 210 passes in the first half of the game. That's the lowest since Euro 2008 against Germany, and actually Italy managed 207. That's very, very close, and that's almost unheard of for Spain at a major tournament.
So out of the group stages of the World Cup in 2014, and now out of the Euros as well, Del Bosque looks like he's on his way out, but is it the right decision? And what does Spain need to do to get back to that unbeatable team of 2008? Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Our next winner comes from the same game, and it is, of course, Italy. What a performance, Patrick.
Yeah, I thought it was absolutely amazing. What a masterclass from Conte. I was a little bit of a skeptic after the Belgium game. I thought it was being slightly overhyped. They gave up a lot of good chances. But in this game, it was unbelievable the way the entire team moved as a unit. Like we said before, Spain didn't have a lot of width, and Italy just compressed them, forced them into that middle areas. And then that incredible backline, Barzagli, Bonucci and Chiellini stood firm against the relentless tide of 5'5" playmakers that Spain seemed to throw at them. They were really, really impressive, even though Gigi Buffon did still have to make a wonder save or two, particularly the one from Gerard Piqué, which was an absolutely brilliant save at 1-0 up and really changed the course of the game, possibly.
He definitely did. Buffon had a good day, but let's also not forget that David De Gea was tested numerous times, produced a fantastic save down to his left. Like you said there, the 3-5-2 from Conte was an absolute masterstroke. Forced Spain very central, and they really couldn't play through the lines. That is now 19 clean sheets for Italy at European Championships, the most in the competition's history. And after going 1-0 up, Italy now haven't lost for 19 games after going 1-0 up. Amazing, amazing stuff. Just goes to show how strong that Italian backline is. Like you said, that Juventus core, they play together week in, week out, and it doesn't get much better than that performance last night. Played Spain off the pitch, really, but one man has to take the praise. Antonio Conte, fantastic managerial position to be in, and now he's going to take over Chelsea. So Chelsea fans, you've got to be pretty damn excited.
Our final loser is Croatia. We considered them one of the favourites to make the final after going into the easy half of the draw, but they managed to lose to Portugal in extra time.
Yeah, this was a real turn-up for the books, I think. A lot of people had written Portugal off prior to this game, despite Cristiano Ronaldo scoring a brace in the game before that. And Portugal really showed up, and Croatia had no answer. They sat back far too defensive, Croatia, something we hadn't seen from them at this tournament so far. In the games in the group stages previously, they looked creative, they used Perisic to penetrate in behind, and players just looked tired. Perisic in particular lacked the penetration, and that terrible new haircut he had probably didn't help him. But he just couldn't get in behind the Portuguese defence like he had in previous games. Modric in particular looked dead on his feet by the end of extra time. Very emotional performance, and I think that long season for Real Madrid really took it out for him, and the same could be said about Mandzukic, couldn't it?
This was actually the first match in Euros history that didn't have a shot on target in the 90 minutes. In fact, the first shot on target came in the 117th minute, and the second shot on target came 1 second later, which was Quaresma's goal. There were only two in the entire 120 minutes. That's unbelievable. And we were thinking that this might be the standout fixture of the round of 16. Very, very disappointing. So I'm sorry, Croatia, but better luck next time. You might lose Luka Modric, but it seems like there's absolutely unbelievable talent coming through. So good luck.
Our final winner is from Belgium, and he's been pretty special in the round of 16. It's Eden Hazard, Pato.
Well, he seems to have been revitalised, finally, by Mark Wilmots waking up and switching to this 4-2-3-1 system, which works a little bit better than it has before. I still think there are defensive deficiencies in the squad. I think Moussa Dembele should be in there instead of Axel Witsel. But Hazard looks on fire, finally. He completed 29 of the 32 passes he attempted in Hungary's final third. He completed 8 of 10 dribbles he attempted in the opponent's final third. That is unbelievable in the areas that are congested with loads of defenders. He really did make the difference. You were particularly impressed, weren't you?
Yeah, I've been very excited by Eden Hazard throughout this tournament. He seemed revitalised at the end of the season with Chelsea, just seemed to find a new burst of speed. And yet again, he's come into Euro 2016 and really impressed. I'm sure Antonio Conte will be watching on with absolute delight. That's now a goal, 3 assists, and 15 chances created by Eden Hazard in just 4 games. Amazing, amazing stuff from the little Belgian. And in this game particularly, he was by far the best player on the pitch. Standout, creative, his movement to come inside, particularly for his stunning, stunning solo goal, where he's walked past Hungary like they're a bunch of children. Absolutely fantastic. His confidence is going to be high, and he was fantastic. Probably the standout player of the round of 16. So those were our winners and losers, guys, but who was yours of the round of 16? Let us know what you think in the comments below.
And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out Transfer Talk, which went up yesterday. It involves Paul Pogba, Henrik Mkhitaryan and Sadio Mane.
Oh, some big ones there. And as always, guys, please do like and subscribe.
Catch you next time.